Hello, lovelies. Welcome to Narc Free Formula. My name's Freedom. Thank you for joining me this evening. In tonight's episode, I'm going to talk about, can I still be friends with the narcissist? Before I start, though, can I remind you, if you like my videos, to like them and subscribe to the channel. All right, darlings, let's get into this. So, the short answer is no, you can't be friends with the narcissist. And here is why. Essentially, narcissists don't do friends. They don't have friends. What they have are flying monkeys, or people who are giving them fuel, giving them supply, and who are, potentially going to be moved in and out of the primary supply position. So, I mean, normal, healthy people can have friends. People, when you break up with people, it's possible to still be friends. With the narcissist, it is the least possible thing that you can do. Because the reality is that narcissists are exploitative. They will take advantage of any opportunity that you give them. And giving them a prime position in your life, so like a seat at the, at the good table in your life, is putting them in a position of power where they can cause danger and conflict. And this is stuff that you won't even know that they are doing. And I'll give you a few little examples of what kind of thing you can expect if you let the narcissist be friends with you after you've separated. So let's say, further down the track, you get yourself a boyfriend. Well, if you're friends with the narcissist, well, he's going to want to meet a new boyfriend, and he'll say to you, I just want to make sure he's treating you right, or I just want to check him out, make sure he's good enough for you, or I just want to check him out to make sure he's okay to be around the children, whatever the excuse is. But what will actually happen is the narcissist will drop a few little seeds of doubt in his mind, make some little comments that, when you're out of earshot, and basically undermine your relationship. Because he doesn't want to see you happy with someone else. He doesn't want to see you, stable, happy, growing with someone else. He wants you to be solely surviving for him. He wants you to be fuel for him. So he's not just going to let you go wandering off happily with someone else. That's not going to happen on his watch if you let him. When you break up with a narcissist, you have to keep them out of your life. You have to, this is why we say go no contact. It's two reasons: to help you heal, but also because narcissists cannot be trusted. You can't trust, to be friends with them. They'll undermine you at every single turn, just like they were doing in the relationship. And just like in the relationship, you won't know any better. You'll have no idea why you keep having this string of bad luck. You won't have any idea why things fall through, why you have flat tires. This is the kind of thing narcissists do. Have a flat tire before, your big job interview. Oh, Kel, surprise. I mean, this is what they do. We can't fathom it because we're normal, healthy individuals, and we would never think of doing something like that to someone, let alone to someone that we proclaim to love. We would never, sabotage them. But that's what narcissists do. They sabotage, they undermine, they control and manipulate. How can you be friends with someone that you cannot trust? And that's the key to it. I mean, that really is key. If you can't trust them, how can you be friends? And what's this friendship based on? I know when I hear women saying it, what I'm actually hearing more often than not is this underlying kind of theme, like, I'm too scared to stand up to him. I'm too scared to say no to him. You know, I'm too scared to actually make him my enemy. It's better, you know, that old saying about, what is it? Keep your enemies close to you. That's the kind of thing I'm hearing from women. You know, whether they're expressing it outright or it's just, you know, implied in what they're saying. But, you know, there's this kind of fear and reluctance to take a stand against the narcissist because they fear the repercussions. They fear that he will be a worse enemy. But you can't go through life living in fear, for a start, and letting them have power in your life. As I said, they will undermine you every step. So every time there's something big and exciting and, you know, a way for you to grow or change or advance in life, something will happen and they will be directly implicated, even though more often than not, their hands will be clean. They'll be looking around just like everyone else, confused as to who actually did it and what's going on. But mark my words, you know, if it's the narcissist who is doing these things to you. I mean, I've been out of my situationship for 2 years now. The kind of stuff that used to go on in my, you know, my everyday life, you know, just little things. But none of that stuff happens anymore to me. None of it. All the things that I used to think, God, that's so weird. I wonder why that happens. You know, or, you know, things I used to put down to bad luck. None of that stuff happens anymore. So, yes, they definitely do do things, you know, underhanded, sneaky. You know, they're sneaky, they're manipulative. They don't think twice. Like I said about puncturing a car tire, you know, leaving your lights on so you've got a flat battery. You know, they tamper with cars, they meddle in relationships, you know, they steal money, they steal possessions. You know, they, like I said, they get involved with important things, you know, legal matters. They affect your life in ways that, you know, because they don't care about you. This is it. They don't care about you. They don't care about the outcome. You know, they're just kind of this chronic boredom. So they start arguments with people. So here's a classic example. So my soon-to-be ex-husband started up an argument with my neighbour, you know, because he was bored and he was a macho man and he wanted to, you know, show that he was the boss of this man, or he, you know, he wasn't going to back down or whatever, you know, macho, bored, narcissistic bullshit. However, you know, he managed to create an argument with the neighbour that went on and on and on for years and ended up being in court cases, and, you know, AVOs being sought out. I mean, literally, we had 2 court cases because of him and this particular neighbour. You know, council got called, the RSPCA got called, the police got called. I mean, all of that was directly because of his behaviour, his narcissistic behaviour. And this is the kind of stuff they do. They just create trouble. So wherever you go, they will take that trouble to your door. You know, and yeah, okay, so you've broken up with them, but if you're still friends with them, they're still going to cause those dramas for you. You're still going to be the one, you know, so-and-so's ex-wife, so-and-so's ex-partner, or the mother of his children, or whatever. You know, people are still going to associate you with him. You know, there's this, especially in small towns and that kind of thing, you know, you just can't have that relationship kind of overshadowing your new life and your new reality. So no is the short answer, darlings. No. Just hang on a second. I've just got some notes. I just want to just quickly check. Yeah. No, it's all good. And just quickly also, when they do try and keep you in the position of friend, as I said, they are predominantly trying to keep you there so they can use you to triangulate with the new supply. So keep the new supply on her toes. you know, by kind of going, well, you know, look how well I get along with my ex-wife. You know, you better be careful. You better treat me good because, you know, my ex-wife is just there. She's just there. You know, so there's that. They like to triangulate you with the new supply. And when things don't work out with the new supply, they also like to try and recycle the exes. So by being friends with them, you're just putting yourself in this precarious situation where you're open to a hoover, where you are fueling them. You know, you're fueling them and allowing them to triangulate you. And you're also giving them a prime position and a trusted position, you know, in your inner circle, a trusted position that they do not deserve and should not be given because they're just not trustworthy. As I said, even if they weren't this kind of disordered, maladapted, disordered, maladapted selves, even if they weren't like that, you know, they're still they're envious. So, you know, if you have stuff, you know, that will bother them, and they won't want you to be successful. They won't want good things for you, and that is not what friendship is about. None of what narcissists do, none of the relationship, none of that is friendship. You know, it's all, for narcissists, it's all usury. It's about what they can get from you, what they can get, how they can get it, you know, how they can use you. And I say, fuck that. You know, absolutely fuck that. All right, darlings, thank you for watching, and I will see you not tomorrow, but the day after. I'm going to be posting videos probably every second day. I'm just trying to figure out a new schedule, one that kind of works well for me and my life. All right, darlings, thank you for watching. Bye.